President Biden is in South America this morning for the final major international summits of his presidency. He'll attend the APEC summit in Lima, Peru, before heading to Rio de Janeiro for the G20 summit. Biden is set to hold meetings with China's Xi Jinping, as well as the heads of Japan, South Korea, and Brazil during this visit. But despite these high-level talks, the summits are likely to focus on the incoming Trump administration. Joining us to talk about this is Isaac Stonefish. You may remember him. He was in studio not too long ago. He's the CEO and founder of Strategy Risk. So it's a really interesting moment, Isaac, because it's likely to be Xi's last meeting with President Biden before Trump gets back into the Oval Office. I'm wondering if you think the Chinese leader may be, or what exactly the Chinese leader may be looking to get out of these talks.
I think he'd love to get some sort of promise that he can then tell Trump officials. He must know that they won't place too much weight in that, but still it's something. And then any sort of insider intel into the level of chaos in DC, which may allow Beijing a freer hand to act globally.
I mean, the U.S.'s loss on the global stage is China's gain. So what does Beijing want, or at least how does it view the incoming Trump administration?
Beijing wants Taiwan, and a very major factor, perhaps the largest factor for U.S.-China relations, is whether or not Trump and the team that he's putting in will defend Taiwan against a Chinese incursion or a Chinese attack.
It's interesting because the parallels between this moment and exactly 8 years ago are quite noteworthy. I remember being in Lima, Peru for President Obama's last international trip, also at the APEC summit, also as he tried to continue signatories to the TPP, the Trans-Pacific Partnership, and the incoming Trump administration completely undid that. So what substantive outcome is even possible from these meetings, considering 8 years ago, Trump undid everything Obama laid out?
Peru is quite strategic in the U.S.-China rivalry and in itself. And so one hopes that Biden, not necessarily in his meeting with Xi Jinping, but in his other meetings there, will be able to cement a stronger relationship with Peru, but also to push back against Chinese influence in the country. I'm not holding my breath. I don't have very high hopes for that, but that is a potential positive possibility of this trip.
And it's a difficult moment for any outgoing administration on a trip like this, considering the ways in which things are about to change. But what do you think will stay consistent no matter the U.S. administration or party in control?
The understanding that China and the Chinese Communist Party is the largest global threat that the United States faces, and having a very, very strong response to them. And that's what we've seen with all of Trump's cabinet picks, we've seen with Trump so far. And that, for better or worse, is the major consistency between Trump and Biden.
All right, Isaac Stonefish, always great to have you on the show. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.